Every morning, my husband and I wake up at the same time. We come downstairs, pop a waffle in the toaster, pour some coffee, and make our standard egg regular. Feed the dog, and then hop on our computers for work, zooming from one call to the next. And since every day feels the same, it is hard to differentiate the days. And sometimes I forget if I watered the plants already or if we walked the dog. Our meals have become routine, utilitarian, and stale. I'm longing for the celebrations of the past.
Breathe, drink, repeat.
Friends and family are our daily bread, after all. Food and cooking is at the heart of community. I miss it.
All one peel, watch this.
During this time of distance and isolation, I've been watching some cooking shows that are so calming, maybe too calming, because I usually fall asleep to them accidentally on the couch. I feel fortunate to have time to do things at a slower pace with intention. I'm lucky to be able to work from home. And on one Sunday morning, I felt like it was time to shake up our breakfast routine. My sister made some ricotta cheese from scratch, sharing links and recommendations. And then my dad tried out the same recipe. I settled on a recipe, Apfelpfannkuchen, with apricot jam, caramelized apples, and ricotta cheese. My grandmother always used to make these thin German pancakes with a little powdered sugar. I've been thinking about her a lot. With my extra time, I've been poking around and perusing my family tree, with roots in Hungary and Romania. I wanted to make something of tradition. And after we discovered that German soccer was actually back and live, with an empty crowd, many distancing measures in place, and my own mixed feelings about it, we felt like it was a sign. One of the teams, Mainz, is where a distant relative on my grandmother's side was born in 1706. We got ourselves dressed and ready for our grocery store trip. Shopping has become more hazardous, stressful, and exhausting. Grocery stores have become the epicenters of fear and uncertainty, since they are one of the few public spaces still open, an essential service. Taking extra precautions are important to stay safe, but it requires hypervigilance, to not touch anything unnecessarily, to stay 6 feet away, and to follow the arrows. After we got back to the house, I realized that I forgot one essential ingredient and had to go back out. After wiping everything down, we started off by making the ricotta cheese. And then we started Apfelpfannkuchen. smells were a flashback to kitchens and cooking of the past. After my husband and I sat down at the table with our finished meal, we were more than ready to eat, but saddened by the empty seats at the table. Since we saved extra batter for the next day, we reached out to some family for a Zoom dinner party. We reconnected with cooking and our family, despite the distance and separation, sharing in stories, memories, and cooking tips, and waiting for the time to be back together again. Nourishment is more than just the food you eat. It's not about just getting by. It is who you eat it with and the moment you share together. That's when you get everything you need.